One question that I see frequently posed at internet quit sites are from new people who quitting smoking who are asking how many urges a day are they likely to have when they're first quitting smoking? And how long are those urges going to last? And how long will this go on? And I want to point out there's no way to answer that question accurately for an individual. You just don't know. The video that talks about this to some degree is Every Quit is Different. How, when a person is looking at all their own past quits, they'll see there's tremendous variability of what reactions were like from one quit to another. So if you can't predict from your own past quits and what those urges were like, how are you going to predict it from other people's past experiences? I want to point out urges can go any direction when a person is first quitting smoking. There are some people who toss them, expecting these horrible, horrible withdrawals and terrible urges that are going to be nonstop from day one and go on indefinitely, who sometimes have nothing. Nothing. They just toss them and that's it. They just don't seem to want to smoke anymore. That happens to some people. Is it most people? No, but it happens to some people. There's also some people who will tell you they just have chronic urges when they're first quitting smoking, just one after another after another. And if you think about it, hey, when they were smoking, they were having one urge after another after another. You get someone who's smoking 20 a day or 40 a day or 60 a day. Understand, they were getting 20 or 40 or 60 measurable urges a day. Measurable by, those are the ones they lit up. That's not even counting urges that they may have had that they couldn't light up because of a restriction of where they were. So they were getting tons of urges in the beginning while still smoking. So it's not unexpected that they may get urges after they quit smoking. There are some people who just have kind of one urge a day. It starts when they wake up in the morning and it goes away when they go to bed at night, at which point they may dream about smoking. To them, it's just constant. But again, there's no way to know where it's going to be for you. There's no way to predict how long they're going to last for you. Although, as far as how long they last, that's something that you will have some control over. It's how you deal with those urges or those thoughts, whether this is your first day quitting or whether this is long times into your quit. When you get thoughts for cigarettes, how do you deal with them? The way most people want to deal with them is not think about it. They want to push the thought out of their mind. That's hard to do. In fact, that's why many people will say they have urges that just go on and on and on. They can't get rid of them because the tactic they're using. This is covered extensively in two videos. The video I Want One and the video Fixating on a Cigarette. I'll attach the links into the video description here. But, short premise of that, if the way you deal with it is you get a thought for a cigarette and you really want one, at that moment you want one, and then you tell yourself, no, I don't really want one. As soon as you put it in that terminology that you don't want one, you know, it's a blatant lie at the moment you're saying it. It goes like this. I want one. No, I don't. One sounds great. No, it doesn't. Oh, just one. Not just one. See, that could go on for hours. If that's your tactic, if that's the only thing you do is you sit and you fixate on this concept of one, don't think about one. Think about them all the cigarettes you were smoking, all the problems that went with those cigarettes, the medical implications, the smells, the expenses, the social issues that it was causing you, the withdrawal that you had to go into in chronic basis when you were restricted and where you could use. I mean, just the way of life of being a smoker. If you look at cigarettes in their entirety, when those thoughts trigger, you will be able to squelch the thought. You will be able to walk away from the thought like, boy, I'm glad I didn't do that. If you don't look at it like that, you could walk away from one urge after another successfully. And where you should be feeling proud, you're walking away like, oh, darn, I couldn't have another one. When you quit smoking, you get to a point where you have a choice. But you need to understand what the choices are going to be. You could smoke nothing. You could smoke everything. If you look at those two options, nothing is a clear winner. If you don't look at those two options, There is no clear winner, which is why it can just go on and on and on indefinitely. When you have a quit going, whether it's your first day and you're still getting frequent thoughts because your body is just demanding it, or whether it's long time down the road and you get thoughts, you beat them the same way. You pull into your reasons why you don't want to be a smoker anymore. You fixate on why you don't want to be a smoker anymore. Not looking at them negatively, just looking at them accurately. And the more and more you do that, the quicker you will squelch those particular thoughts, those particular urges, and you'll walk away from them successful with your quit intact. And your quit will continue to stay intact for the rest of your life if you so choose, as long as you continue to stick to a personal commitment to never take another puff.